Generally, we have three tenses: past, present, and future. Then in every tense, we have four types. We have simple tenses, continuous tenses, we have perfect tenses, and perfect continuous tenses. In present simple, when it comes to past simple, in past simple we use the second form of verb. Happened at a specific time. In past simple, we use the second form of verb. The auxiliary verb is did. Kalau ci auxiliary numiyat show, you have to notice that all the sentences are changed into negative and interrogative with the help of this auxiliary verb. And the auxiliary verb is used between subject and man verb. Right? All the auxiliary verbs are used between subject and man verb. So in past simple, we use did. It means in the negative sentence, we use subject plus did plus not, and the verb is changed into past form. And in interrogative, we use did at the beginning, followed by subject, then past form of the verb, and then complement. Because did is already the second form of do. No need for using the man verb and the second form. You have to change it into first form back in negative and interrogative sentences. When it comes to present simple mostly shows daily, regular, and habitual actions. We also studied some more usages, but these usages are used generally by present simple. And in present simple, we use the base form of verb when the subject is plural, or the singular form of verb when the subject is singular. In pronouns, the singular pronouns are he, she, and it. And in nouns, when a noun refers to only one person, one thing, one animal, then we have to use the singular form of verb in present simple. And the helping verbs of present simple tense are do and does. Do for plural subject and does for singular subject. And again, you have to change verb into the past form when the subject is singular. Subject is singular, you have to use the singular auxiliary verb, does. So subject plus does plus not, and use verb in the past form. Remove is or is from the verb. When it comes to future simple shows an action which will happen in the future. In all the future tenses, we use will or shall in British, followed by the base form of verb. And this will is the helping verb of future simple. It means we use the word not after will and it becomes negative. And we use will at the beginning of the sentence in interrogative sentences. For example, it is past simple. I ate lunch. I ate lunch at 2 o'clock today. It is past simple. In present simple, I eat. I eat lunch. I eat lunch when? Daily at 1 o'clock. I eat lunch at 12 o'clock. I eat lunch at 2:30. It shows a regular action. And in future simple, I will eat. When it comes to continuous tenses, first past continuous. Past continuous shows an action which was in progress in the past. Simple past shows an action which happened. It means which started and ended. The action completed in the past. And past continuous shows the progress. The action was going on. It was in progress. We don't talk about the completion of an action in continuous tenses. So in continuous tenses, we use verb ing. In present continuous, verb ing. In future continuous, we use verb ing. Remember, verb ing is never used alone. The same like present simple and past simple. And present simple and past simple, the helping verbs are do, does, and did, but they are not used in the positive sentences. We use these helping verbs in negative and interrogative, but if you want to use them as an emphatic do, then they can be used in the positive sentence as well. But normally, these verbs are used alone. In past simple, we use the second form of verb without any helping verb and affirmative sentences. In present simple, we use verb, the past form or the singular form of verb without any helping verb and affirmative sentences. But in future, we have the auxiliary verb will, which is used in all the structures. But except these two tenses, in all the rest of the tenses, we use the main verb together with the helping verb. A main verb is never used alone. So when you are talking about the continuous tenses, here we use the ing form of verb, but this ing form of verb can never be used alone. There must be a helping verb. And what that helping verb? What is that helping verb? To be verb. In continuous tenses, we use to be verbs. So, in past continuous, we use the past forms of to be, which are was and were. And in present continuous, we use is mr. And in future continuous, we use will plus be. We use will because it is future tense, and we use be because it is a continuous tense. If somebody asks you that why can't we use any other form of to be verb here, like is mr, was, were, been, and being, what will be your answer? Why do we use only be? In past simple, we use was, were. We use two to be verbs, right? One for plural and the other for singular. And present simple, we use is mr. So why should we use the past form? Because after modal auxiliary verbs, we cannot use any other form of verb, whether that is to be verb or any other verb. After modal auxiliary verbs like will, shall, can, could, should, must, may, and might, we use only the past form. That's why we cannot use any other to be verb here. You have to use be always. We must use only the past form, and the past form of to be verb is be itself. So here the helping verbs are was and were, which are used in all the structures. An affirmative sentence, we use was, were, and negative, also an interrogative. So use only not after these to be verbs. In an interrogative sentence, bring them to the beginning of the sentence. And present continuous, the helping verbs are is, am, and are. For example, I ate lunch, I eat lunch, I will eat lunch, and in past continuous, I was eating lunch. It means the action of eating was in progress. The action of eating was going on in past continuous. In here, the action happened. It completed. In present continuous, I am eating lunch. When? Right now. Because it is present continuous tense. And present continuous tense shows an action which is in progress now. At the time of speaking or writing. You can say now or right now or in the present time.
Whenever we use an example in the present continuous tense, we should write in
the time expression.
Right now.
Well, no need for using now or right now in normal sentences and present continuous, because if you look at the structure, it shows that the action is going on now. No need for using the word now in every sentence. But if you need it, then you have to use it. Like, for example, you tell me that please come and help me. And I say, I am eating lunch now. I'm not free. So here, if you use now, it is better. And if you do not use the present time expression in the continuous tenses, no need for using them, because if you look at the structure, it shows that the action is in progress right at the moment.
If a person uses right now or not, doesn't matter.
Now, you have to look at the context. If you need to use it, then you have to. If not, do not use it. The structure tells you that the action is going on right now.
And sometimes do not we use to write now or right now. A person write these words. Doesn't matter in that time.
I told you that you have to look at the context. You have to look at the situation. If you need these time expressions to use, then you have to. If not, do not use them. Because the structure itself tells you that the action is in progress right at the moment.
In which time where is initially right now?
For example, if you differentiate different times, for example, I do many different things at 7 o'clock. I do many different things at this time every day, but now I am teaching. But now I am studying. I am studying my lessons. If you compare the times, then you have to use the expression now or right now or in the present time. In future perfect continuous, we have two helping verbs, will and be. But you have to deal with the first auxiliary verb, will. It means use not after will and use be together with the verb ing form. And in interrogative sentences, you have to bring only will to the beginning of the sentence and use be together with the verb ing. For example, I will be eating lunch while talking about an action. We'll study states as well later on. In perfect tenses, we talk about the completion of an action. When it comes to past perfect, it means that the action completed in the past but before another action. The action completed before another action or time in the past. In all the perfect tenses, we use the third form of verb. In past perfect, we use verb third form. In present perfect, we use the third form of verb. And in future perfect, we use the third form of verb. But remember, again, I'm telling you that verb, the third form of verb, and also the ing form of verb, they are not used without any helping verb. There must be an auxiliary verb. In continuous tenses, we use to be as a helping verb, but in perfect tenses, what are the helping verbs? Perfective auxiliary, to have verbs, have, has, and had. So in past perfect, we use had. Then third form of the verb. In present perfect, we use the present perfective auxiliary, which are have and has. In future perfect, again we use two helping verbs. One for future, will, and have. For perfect. Again, if you come across the question, like why can't we use has with the singular subject in future perfect? So you have to provide the same answer. That will is followed only by the base form of verb. That's why we cannot use the singular form has. So we can use only, we should use have only in the future perfect tenses because of using this modal auxiliary verb. It is not followed by the singular form or the ing form, the second or third form. We can use only the base form of verb. That's why whether the subject is singular or plural, there must be have as helping verb in future perfect. So past perfect tense shows an action which was completed before another action in the past, and present perfect shows an action which started and ended before now. It means the time is unspecific, the action happened in the past. Happened at unspecific time. Simple past shows an action which happened at a specific time. In present perfect, which happened at unspecific time in the past. The helping verb of past perfect tense is had. And in present perfect, the helping verbs are have and has. And in future perfect, we have two auxiliary verbs, will and have. If you want to change the sentences into negative and interrogative, you have to consider only the first auxiliary. Will not have in third form of verb. For example,
So we
go for it. I had eaten lunch. How can you translate it? Madode kholale wa before another action or time in the past. Haga chiraga madode kholale wa ta chi zangwa. I had eaten lunch. The action completed before another action in the past. And present perfect, I have eaten lunch. How can you translate this one? Kholale da. Kholale wa. Kholale da. It means it has the effects on the present time. I have eaten lunch. It means I'm full and I don't need to eat anymore. Right? So present perfect has direct effects on present time, but past perfect doesn't have any relationship or link with the present time. Dode mein kholale wa before another action or time in the past. Kata us dode tanasti os. Bia ham wele shi chma dode kholale wa. Khud se ne shwele chma dode kholale da. Wali ne shwele. Kata dode kholali wi no us ba dode tanas nahi kana. No ma dode kholale da چې تکلوي معنا نه خورم اوس او کله چې ما ډوډۍ خوړلې وا او اوس بیا ډوډۍ تناستي نو مطلب د پریزنت سره کوم تړاو نه لري او کله چې خوړلې مې دا بیا تړاو لري یعنی اوس بولیم. And in future perfect, for example, I will have eaten lunch.
Ustaz, mau yulis dah have will the rules about kama have resignation to subject singular harmony. Dah
خو moral auxiliary verb نه وروسته به یوازې base form راځي که نه بل نشي راتلی. moral خصوصیات دا دي چې یوازې base form به یوز کړي او base form کوم یو دی have دی او has کوم form دی singular او verb کې مو ویلي وو have base form دی has is the singular form had is the second and third and having is the ing form. ټول moral auxiliary verbs نه وروسته cannot be used in the same class because they are used for different purposes. You have to mention only one purpose at the same time. So we cannot use two modal auxiliary verbs in the same class. Future perfect continuous. کله چې perfect continuous پاله غږیږو دا به یو رقم عمل ښیي. continuous که آغاز دی continuous ته simple continuous هم وي ساده جاری او دې ته perfect continuous وي مکمل جاری دا او دا یو رقم عمل ښیي. کله چې وایو present continuous کله چې وایو present perfect continuous دواړه به یو شانتي عملونه وي. څنګه به یو شانتي؟ اوس به رواني یو عمل چې اوس روان دی we use present continuous right او همدا رقم مونږ کولی شو چې present perfect continuous استعمال کړو د عمل لپاره چې اوس روان دی. past continuous past perfect continuous دواړه یو شانتي عمل ښیي هغه عمل ښیي چې تیره زمانه کې جاری وو. future perfect continuous هغه عمل ښیي چې راتلونکي زمانه کې به جاری وي. فرق به صرف څه فرق به د ډیوریشن وي که د عمل صرف جریان ښیي بیا به continuous use کې simple continuous او که چیرته duration progress plus duration بیا به perfect continuous use کې چې دلته ته د عمل جریان ښیي خو وخت هم ورسره ذکر کې چې دومره وخت کیږي زه تدریس کوم I'm teaching دواړه موده به ورسره وي زه تدریس کوم I'm teaching اوس که وایم چې یو ساعت کیږي تدریس کوم I have been teaching. You have to change the tense from present continuous to present perfect continuous. نور دواړه به جاری عمل ښیي یو شانتي وي فرق به صرف د مودې. So present perfect continuous shows an action which is in progress. In progress, okay, it is past perfect continuous. In progress, in the past. for some time. یو څه مودې لپاره په جریان کې وو، دومره وخت کې د ما تدریس کوو، دومره وخت کې د زه ویده وم. past perfect continuous.
This related progress and ended in the past for some time.
progress او ended خو دواړه نه راځي، نو راته وایي جاري مو ختمه مو،
کار جاری شو.
یو وخت لپاره جاري وو د عمل. داسې وایي چې started and continued for some time then ended. شروع شو یو څه مودې لپاره جاري وو بیا ختم شو
So this related
د بل عمل نه مخکې.
started in the past, continued
continued for some time
and in the past.
and ended before another action in the past. بل عمل نه مخکې complete شو. present perfect continuous in progress now. present continuous in progress now. present perfect continuous in progress now but started in the past. خبره د مودې ده. future perfect continuous and future continuous will be in progress in the future. And future perfect continuous tense also shows an action which will be in progress in the future.
It started in the future, continue in the future,
Which will start.
which will start
Which will start in the future and continue for some time, then end. End before another action or time in the future. Start بشي پراتون کې د یو څه مودې لپاره به جاری وي او بیا به د بل عمل یا د وخت نه مخکې بیرته مکمل شي.
I may or may not go to the end. Okay, there she last
کوم وخت باندې چې غږیږو په هغه وخت کې د عمل جاری وي، دا غږ وروسته شاید بیا نور هم جاری شي یا نه. And progress in the future خو خبره به پکې څه وي for some time د یو څه مودې لپاره به د عمل په راتلونکي کې جاری وي او که صرف جاری وي future continuous. صحیح. I will be teaching زه به تدریس کوم. I will have been teaching. I will have been teaching for 3 years by 2027 because I plan to start teaching now. زه پلان لرم چې اوس تدریس شروع کړم. So I will have been teaching for 3 years by 2027. نو د 2028 پورې به 3 کاله کېږي چې زه به تدریس کوم. The action will be in progress او 3 کاله به شوي وي، 3 کاله به کېږي، د عمل به په جریان کې وي په future continuous کې. که مودې خبره به کې نه وي بیا به صرف future continuous use کوو. In perfect continuous tenses, we use 2 helping verbs. One for the perfect tense and the other for the continuous tense. 2 auxiliary verbs باید مونږه perfect continuous کې use کړو. یو د perfect لپاره او بل د continuous لپاره. نو د perfect لپاره auxiliary څه ده؟ To have. And past perfect had. And present perfect have has. And future perfect have. Will plus have. So in past perfect continuous tense, we use had for perfect and then to be for continuous. Was چې دلته موږ to be use کوو نو بل to be نشي راتللی د have has او had نه وروسته بغیر د third form نه. که to be وي که بل verb وي که هر verb use کېږي. structure هم 3 جوړه ویلې وي چې to have verbونه راغلل بل verb امکان نه لري بغیر د third form نه. که هغه to be verb use کې، که هغه همدغه to have verb بیرته use کې، که هغه بل یو action لپاره ته verb use کې. چې کله د جمله کې have has او had use کړل او ورپسې verb use کې نو یوازې third form راتللی شي بل نشي. او چې کله د to be use کړ یوازې ing استعمالولی شي بل verb نشي use کولی په active ډوله زمانو کې. So had plus third form of to be which is been. Had been. And verb must be used in the ing form because it is a continuous tense. So had been plus verb ing. In past perfect continuous and in present perfect continuous we use the perfective auxiliary for the present time, which are have and has. Then been plus verb ing. In future perfect continuous, we must use 3 helping verbs. One for the future, another for perfect, and the third one for continuous. So will, plus have بل خو نشي راتلی دینا بعد او د have نه وروسته د third نه غیر بل نشي راتلی been او د to be نه غیر د ing نه غیر بل نشي راتلی so verb ing کله چې negative interrogative ته change کې here we use two helping verbs but you must deal with the first one had and here have has and well دا یو auxiliary چې ما رابېله کړه د دې معنا دا چې کله جمله منفي کېږي د همدې نه وروسته به not استعمالوي او چې کله سواله کې همدا به د جملې سر ته راوړي نور به د verb سره په خپل ځای باندې پاتې کېږي اوس که یو نفر رالګېږي دا اوس اسانه خبره ده د ټولو ټینسونو ته چې اوورال موږ وګورو موږ سره درې سټرکچره جوړیږي که دې درېو سټرکچرو نه اضافه بل رقم جمله راغله ته باید ډایرکټ پوه شي چې زما جمله غلطي لري دا جمله سمه نه ده هغه درې سټرکچرې به کومې وي هغه به دا وي to do البته څلور to do plus base form of the verb که چېرته جمله کې do does او did راغله do does did بل verb سره امکان نه لري بغیر د base form نه نو اوس که یو نفر داسې جمله ووایي چې I did not went to the class today I did not went to the class yesterday I did not came to the class yesterday نو ته باید ډایرکټ پوه شي چې جمله غلطه ده ولې څوم فورم یوز شو سیکنډ فورم یوز شو او د ټو ډو سره فرست فورم نه غیر بل نه راځي یو نفر په پریزنټ سیمپل کې چې he does not works a lot ته باید پوه شي چې جمله کې غلطي شوه ځکه does استعمال شو ورسره سنګولر حالت د verb استعمال شو نو غلط شو باید base form یوز شي this is the first structure او سیمپل زمانو لپاره شو number 2 to be plus verb ing که to be نه غیر بل verb راغی that is incorrect whether that is an affirmative sentence negative sentence or interrogative sentence اوس یو نفر داسې وایي چې is he study ته باید ډایرکټ پوه شي چې is او study دواړه راغله او to be او base form سره نشي راتلی دا جمله باید ته اصلاح کړې د study سره به to do یوز کړي او یا به دا verb ing ته چینج کړي is he studying داسې باید راشي او یا باید داسې چې does he study ځکه base form یوز شو to do verbونه ورسره باید استعمال شي verb to be د استعمال کړ verb ing باید وي is he studying not to say is he study نو هر رقم جمله چې که مثبت منفي کې سوال دی دې جوړونو چې وه ته باید جمله غلطي لري چې دا به کوم ټینسونو لپاره شو continuous is mr plus verb ing present continuous was verb plus verb ing past continuous will be plus verb ing future continuous for to do verbونه کې دا simple زمانه شو did plus base form of the verb past simple do does plus base form of the verb present simple او future کې will use کی الته to do ضرورت نشته number 3 to have plus third form of the verb اوس یو نفر داسې جمله وایي I have been taught English since 2015 I have been taught English since 2015 جمله صحیح شوه صحیح ده کنه I have been taught been taught څه شی دی been څه شی دی to be verb دی او ورسره verb څه دی third form to be plus third form امکان لري that is incorrect passive کې چې کله استعمال خو ته به subject په بدل وي I have been taught معنا خو به ماته تدریس شوی دی دومره وخت کې ما تدریس کی active کې با active کې لګیا یو په active کې با چې دریم to be استعمال شو دریم حالت د verb سره هغه ته باید پوښي جمله غلطه شو I have been taught پر ځای به جمله اصلاح کې have plus third form نو څه رقم به وي I have taught been به پکې را نشي صحیح شو یا for example I have went to school I was went to school normally this خلق وي په past هر یو جمله کې was were use کوي I was go to school I was went to school معمولا I was go to school وي صحیح ده مکتب ته تللی وم ځکه was were سره استعمال کا بس past شو او اوس was word استعمال کړ I was go to school جمله خو صحیح ده کنه کوم څه ځخه نه لري یا به سره کم راځي I was going to school او یا I went to school second form by use شي نو was word best form the verb امکان نه لري ing باید use شي که state خای been مو استعمال کړ به بل verb سره نه وایي I have been a teacher I have been a teacher دلته اوس been راغی خو بل verb خو سره نه کنه دا been خپل third form شو د have سره استعمال شو جمله بیا هم صحیح شو have plus been خپل third form د بل verb سره نشته او perfect continuous tenses کې to have by been by to have چې کله یادېږي مطلب ته درې وانه دی have has had to be چې کله یادېږي told to be verb شو to do چې کله یادېږي do does did درې وانه ته هدف شو to have plus been ing چې دا به د perfect continuous tense structure وي دینه غیر چې جمله وتله په اکټیو دوله زمانو کې ډایرکټ باید ته پوه شې چې دا جمله صحیح نه ده غلطي لري اوس شا سره پوښتنه وکړي ها دلته به داسې راځي چې I had been eating lunch ژباړه به داسې کوو I was eating lunch I was eating lunch I had been eating lunch ما ډوډۍ خوړله دلته به صرف د مودې خبرې تا چې زنګ ووهه شل دقیقې کېدلې چې زه ډوډۍ ته ناست وم شل دقیقې کېدلې چې ما ډوډۍ خوړله او دلته د مودې خبره نشته خوړلې وه بیا کمپلیټ شو مکمل شو دلته د کنټینیوس خبره بیخي ختمه شوه دلته به اوس ته څه کې درې حالتونه دي ډوډۍ مې خوړلې وه بل عمل نه مخکې پاس پرفیکټ ډوډۍ مې خوړلې وه مشخص وخت کې پاس سمپل ډوډۍ مې خوړلې دا وخت نامعلوم د پریزنټ پرفیکټ دلته به د جریان خبره نه وي خوړله مې جاري و دا کار او دومره وخت کېده خوړلې وه د بل عمل نه مخکې یا د وخت نه مخکې مې خوړلې وه کمپلیټ شوی و I had been eating lunch present perfect continuous کې I have been او خوړلې وه یا وخوړه I have been eating lunch ژباړه بیا د چا په رقم کوئ I'm eating lunch معنا زه ډوډۍ خورم present perfect continuous past perfect continuous خوړله مې I was eating lunch I had been eating lunch دواړو معنا یو شی ده ما ډوډۍ خوړله خو دلته صرف د مودې خبره ده I'm eating lunch I have been eating lunch دواړو ژباړه یو رقم ده زه ډوډۍ خورم همدا اوس لګیا یم دلته د مودې خبره دلته موده پکې نشته یو ساعت کېږي ډوډۍ ته ناست یم شل دقیقې کېږي ډوډۍ ته ناست یم اوس خورم او دلته صرف وایي چې ډوډۍ خورم ژباړه به د دې دواړو یو رقم وي and future perfect continuous ډوډۍ به خورم ډوډۍ به وخورم نه کله چې ډوډۍ به وخورم نو تر عمل د واقع کېدلو بحث کې سمپل فیوچر باید استعمال کړي ډوډۍ به خورم دا کار به په جریان کې ډوډۍ ته به ناست یم او دومره وخت به کېږي به فیوچر perfect continuous I will have been او جریان ښایو I will have been eating I will have been eating lunch for 20 minutes when you arrive ته چې را رسېږي شل دقیقې به کېږي زه به ډوډۍ ته ناست یم څنګه سهار نه به ډوډۍ خورم او سینس پکې یوز کولی شو او خو مطلب جملې ته باید وګورو چې مینینګ ورکوي که نه ورکوي completed before دا خو به تر سره شوی د بل عمل نه مخکې دا فیوچر پرفیکټ دی څنګه او دا عمل به جریان کې نو فیوچر کنټینیوس او دومره وخت به کېږي ما به ښخی صحیح ده اوس نه ځان ضمانت اخیستلی دی خپل مرګ او د کفن او د هر وخت ځان سره نوټ کړی happen at unspecific time completed before another action in the past او په فیوچر کې به مکمل شوی وي د بل عمل نه مخکې will have been completed or will have happened before another action
It started in the past before another action.
څنګه
It was completed, sir. It was completed in the future before another action.
Completed second form wali use ke.
which
Which will complete, which will have completed. Completed شوي will have or سره which will have completed کوم چې مکمل شوی وي which will complete کوم چې مکمل شي دواړه استعمالول شي